so much more easily, then you can pick up the wrestling takedown skill.
Oh yeah, look at Henry, Cejudo, and then you had Johnny Hendricks and all those guys who were wrestlers.
Cormier, yeah.
Yep, Daniel Cormier won championships. Now there's a gentleman over here on mat 3 who I think he's 65. The guy with the gray hair.
Matt Leiter. We saw him wrestle before.
Right, he's in good shape. He wrestled the guy we were talking about who was like slapped together.
Yeah, Shaw. Maddox Shaw, I think was his name, yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you what, though, when you see some of these older gentlemen in their 50s, 60s, you can't ignore aging, though. Like, your ligaments just aren't as pliable at those ages.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely are taking a little bit of a risk as you get up there.
Well, he's going to be laying on ice probably until Tuesday or Wednesday, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Matt Leiter never competed in wrestling. His only competition was the 2003 Matt Return Classic. So his only wrestling events he's ever competed in are at this tournament, which he was here last year, came back, kind of says something about the event and the fun these guys are having, which is really, really cool to see.
That's incredible.
How many individual weight classes are represented here today, approximately?
We have...
Yeah, the list right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 men's weight classes, and then we had the ladies.
Right?
Yep. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's some young guys coming up here on Mat 3 now.
So 10 men's and 10 women.
We're looking at about 60 steaks here today that they're giving out. That's a lot of steaks.
Well, those are for the OWs of each division.
Oh, the OW, okay.
Yeah, the OWs get them.
Hopefully a few extra fell off of the meat truck.
Yeah. We should go
so you had 18 plus, 30 plus, 45 plus, and then novice. So I guess 45 plus is 65, included in there, that's incredible, though. You're wrestling a 65-year-old wrestling a 45-year-old? That's wow.
Yeah, and I saw on the flyer that in order to change your age bracket, you can only move down. You can't move up. So if you're 45 plus, but you want to wrestle younger guys, you can wrestle 30, but you can't be 18 and want to go up to wrestle the old 45. I shouldn't say old, the older 45-year-olds. So I'm sure there's a few of those guys there who are maybe a little more skilled than they think, wrestling down a division, which would be interesting to see.
Yeah, and Austin did a really, really great job explaining the difference between Folkstyle and freestyle wrestling earlier. Did a tremendous job explaining that. Because I think a lot of people...
And the women's division is freestyle here today. The men's are Folkstyle.
Yes.
We have some pretty good competitors in the women's division, don't we?
Yeah, the young lady that won those stakes. Austin was going to run down and tap her on the shoulder and then take her steak. I think he was going to take her steak.
I didn't want her to beat me up, though, Bob.
Yeah, she was good. She was really good.
She's going to leg lace me. I already have weak ankles. I can't afford that.
Scott, in your career, you stayed pretty healthy, though, didn't you?
While you were wrestling, I was trying to calculate guy's style. You couldn't have won.
Yes, especially high school. I had a dislocated elbow in high school. That was a big, major injury. College, though, I had 2 knee surgeries. I had a separated shoulder. I broke 3 teeth, dislocated finger. I recently had a shoulder surgery. I don't know that was as much from college as it is today. So it was different the way that we dealt with injuries back when I wrestled in college in the 80s and 90s, right? Nowadays, they are so much more proactive about concussions and injuries that you just wrestled with a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
you'd have your bell rung, right? If you'd smack heads and they'd come out with the old, smelling salts, the ammonia, they break it open. Okay, you're good. All right, how you feeling? How many fingers?
And I mean, that's what they knew and that's what they did at the time. And with research and more advanced studies over those last 30, 40 years, we have, different protocols in place for athletes, concussion protocols. And, they're able to, I think, end their careers and being more healthy, which is, I think, better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I struggled through some injuries, but I didn't miss that often. I wouldn't say anything severe in college, though.
Okay.
But definitely some aftermath stuff that you feel.
Yeah, you do.
I never said, I had to get 2 knee surgeries. I'm like, you're not, I want to wrestle. So just go in and clean it up. don't cut me. You know, I don't want to be out 9 months. And I'm never going to die of bad knees, right?
Right.
But then I look now where I'm at in life, I'm like, well, yeah, you can die of bad knees.
Infections, all those kinds.
You get bad knees, you can't run anymore, you get overweight, and then you die of a heart attack. But why did you really die? Because you had bad knees.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to take care of those knees.
Or if you're crossing the street and somebody's flying down the street and you can't run, you know, that could be trouble too, you know. But
Yes.
yeah, you're right though. It's the residual stuff that catches up with you. Same thing, shoulder surgeries. I hyperextended my elbow my senior year, and then my season ended. The second to last match of the season, I broke my hand against Mansfield. And the thing that stunk about that, we were supposed to come down to Muhlenberg and wrestle, and my family, you know, from Easton, I went to college in Wilkes-Barre at King's. They were going to come see me wrestle down here, and then I was done. But you know, the hand still bothers me now when it gets cold out, and then like with the shoulder surgeries. But the weird thing is my knee, I had a COVID shot, and I got up the middle of the night to use the restroom, and my blood pressure dropped. I fell through my shower door and, you know, passed out and tore up my knee.
Oh, my goodness.
A shower door injury.
You don't even want to admit that.
I
you
know,
it?
I know.
I'm surprised you're even sharing that on
I
air
know.
live here.
Yeah, I'm just, I have no, I don't even care anymore.
I hurt my back about a year ago. It wasn't anything major, it just bothered me. And somebody at work said, well, how'd you do it? I said, I got up out of bed this morning.
You reach down to get a pencil.
I'm like, did I just really say that?
Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes my wife is upstairs, you know, doing laundry, you know, whatever upstairs. I try and sneak up the stairs and like scare her a little bit. And every now and then she goes, I heard you coming up the stairs because your knees were cracking. And thankfully, I never had a serious injury, you know, just ligament.
Wasn't the steps?
Yeah, it's just my knees are kind of shot from wrestling. I never had serious injuries, just, you know, a few ligament.
That's funny.
Extension sprains, whatever you want to call it. But
You know, talking about these, like, not being able to get the rest time and healing time like back in our generation for a lot of different reasons, like limited lineups. I love the new redshirting rule, right?
perfect, 100%.
Because
yeah.
you can compete in up to 5 events.
Yep.
What that did was it allows athletes now to take a break. It also, you don't see forfeits anymore.
Yeah.
Like we were seeing forfeits there for
A
a
ton,
while,
yep.
and it was not good for the fan base out there that wanted to come to matches.
Yep.
And now you can insert those wrestlers up to 5 times. It's awesome.
Yep. And that's what, you know, they were doing. I thought Lehigh was going to redshirt Stanich there for a while, you know, because he was wrestling a limited number of matches, and you know it was good to see him make it into the, you know, NCAA tournament and finish 5th. I was so proud of him and Ryan Crook. I mean, and it was nice to see, you know, Beard end up getting onto the podium because that young man